Mike's Daily Podcast.
Episode 1309, 1309. Greetings, my friend. Welcome to Mike's Daily Podcast. Somewhere in Podcaster Valley located is where it is. The last place on earth at Café Anyway. Today, Madame Rootabega, Valentino, Bison Bentley. Plus, we get to the interesting news segment called Matthews. What is it called? Mike's Daily Podcast. Mike's Matthewsment Park is what it is. So we'll go on some interesting rides. Mike's Daily Podcast. On today's show, yes, yesterday I talked about Cut Off a Stand, my little name for this place where I plan to stay quite a while, the Bay Area. No, I'm not going to move back to Alabama. That little part of my song yesterday was area for me to say. Mike's Daily Podcast. I am going to stay here because I like it here. I like the people. I like the weather. But Mike's someday Daily there's that possibility podcast of going back. Yeah. To the land down under. Australia? No, back to Alabama. Hey, I had an email yesterday, and now I can't find it. Well, that's just a pain. Oh, I know where it is. It's in this folder. Yes. So I got a text message yesterday. Why don't we do that little segment called Emails from Email? Oh, but first someone walked in. Right now. At this point. Just now. I got a lot of likes on Facebook because of that thing I posted. The picture with Dead Cat Hat. I didn't post the picture that caused my phone to fall down and break, though. I posted Alan's picture that he took with his wonderful, huge iPhone. Look who else just walked in. Hi, Mark! Oh, look, it's Benita. Hi! And who else is it? Hello, Mike Master, it's Madame Rootabega. Hello, Benita. Hi! And look who else is here. Hello, Dave. Hey. Well, that's scary. It was the Phantom of the Opera. Hey, it's me, Dave Valentino, the parking attendant. And this is Bison Bentley. Do you know that? Mike, we just started to talk, and then sound effects happened, and it got very distracting.
Standing out here yelling, rabble, 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 isn't going to help anything.
Yeah, like that.
And here's today's podcast picture.
You know, now we have to look at the podcast picture, which, believe me, I know what it is today. But while we're looking for the podcast picture, the email from email that I got, that's right, that's what we're going to do.
Oh my God!
Email for email and your calm and not so calm mess.
Yeah. It was the following email was what I got. It said, etc. Mike, etc. Correcting me yesterday when I was saying that, hey, how come I hear so many people say etc.? So I wrote back to this person, then why does the Economist podcast, fine upstanding Brits that they are, say etc. in this show? And then I posted a link to the podcast I was listening to where I heard them say etc. And this person wrote back, because British people can't pronounce the T. The letter T. But this person did not write letter, the T in the letter word, because it's a joke. And then I wrote back, that's a crock of crap. So that was what that little email exchange was. The podcast picture I took yesterday, Basil looking out at a beautiful field as the sun shone down. And it was a beautiful day yesterday, and I think we all need to get out more often because we're sitting inside all day. I was talking to my roommate. He's taking a coding class where he's learning how to code. And my friend, he may I say to you, I said to him, and he says to me, that's my Vernon McGee impression. Who's Vernon McGee, Mike? Oh, if you don't know, you don't have to know. But he talks like, and he said, and I said, he uses the word said about 5,000 times every show he does. But he's gone. He's no longer with us. But they play back his recordings because it means a lot to a lot of religious people. And that's fine, you know, whatever. There's another show on this religious station I work for. They are such conspiracy theorists. They basically are they're an organization that legally goes out. They go out and try to do a bunch of legal stuff to further the cause of the religious right, because they're, in their words, constantly being attacked. Yeah, I just knocked over a Catholic guy today. Just, tripped him. Stuck my foot out and tripped him. No, he's this guy. I'll just say his name is Malay Mapamam. He said that he didn't even care about the whole Russian connection with Trump. He talks about political things. He's trying to get all kinds of laws passed and litigious whatnots to try and find out who leaked the information. Who leaked this information that puts Trump now in a bad light? This same argument, take that same argument and apply it to Hillary, I don't know, 6 months ago? He would never have said that. All the stuff that was coming out about Hillary, all the WikiLeaks and whatnot, this guy wouldn't have given a rat's patoot. In fact, this guy loved the WikiLeaks.
WikiLeaks! I love WikiLeaks!
It made him look good, as the Russians were helping him win the election. So that was the thing that I found out is the hypocrisy of this guy's show. But it's not the same guy as the guy who says a lot and said. I ran into a guy named Albert yesterday, not too far away from where the picture was taken, the podcast picture with Basil the Boxer. Yes, I'm taking pictures of my dog again, because that's what I do, in Podcastro Valley. And this is a beautiful little area in the Coal Canyon area. There's a guy named Albert that I've run into several times who lives close to this place. And he was telling me he's got this little chihuahua, tiny, you could fit him in the palm of your hand. Lola is her name. And he was telling me that Lola got quite sick with a similar affliction that Basil the Boxer had. I'm wondering now, this is now the 4th or 5th dog owner that I have talked to that said the exact same thing. In fact, I talked to every dog owner I met yesterday as I was walking Basil, told me the exact same thing. So it leads me to wonder if there is something in the environment, something blooming, something that is causing our dogs to get sick with this virus in the blood system that makes them want to throw up constantly. A lot of sick dogs in Podcastro Valley has been my observation. And the whole healthcare thing, when it hit the fan on Friday, did you enjoy the blame game going around? Not only were Democrats you knew they were going to get blamed. But then all of a sudden, Trump's blaming the Freedom Caucus, which I mentioned earlier in the day, the Freedom Caucus. I don't trust them as far as I could throw them. And I'm a very strong person. I could probably throw them all the way to the moon. But they did that whole government shutdown thing a couple years ago. They're dumb, stupid. They don't even know what they stand for anymore. They're just standing to obstruct everything, including now their own party's presidential pick that the Russians helped get elected. Or whatever you feel, however way you feel Trump got elected. Maybe it was some big national wave of patriotism and exclusion from the world, and the rest of the world's out to get us, and put that tin hat on your head and help out and give money to Buffalo and his show that is hypocritical as hell. So, whatever the thing you believe, it's interesting that even Trump agrees with me about the Freedom Caucus. So, it'll be interesting. Well, as we mentioned on the last show, the stock market took a tumble yesterday. We'll see what it does today. I saw a football player yesterday at my work who was well known, I think, with the Raiders. And I happened to see, as I was recording my show for my country station that I'm on the weekend, that it was going to be his birthday this weekend. And it was weird that I saw that online and then I saw him in person. It was an out-of-body experience. And in fact, when I separated from my body, I then had a dream about playing football. And I remembered how I hated football and how I was always recruited to play football because I'm a big guy. Not huge, but big enough. They said this guy can play football, and I obviously can't. I lack the coordination and the desire to play football. Yet in my dream that I dreamt last night, I dreamt of playing football. And may I say to you, as I say, Vernon McGee's my name, that there is nothing like playing a football game and winning and taking your enemy down. It is, in fact, football, in fact, is the genome project, the genomic project. It is the gene mapping of America, my friend. Football. It is. When you look at football, you look at this great country and land that we live in. Cut off a stand. And that, may I say to you, is the end of my soliloquy. Thank you.
Well, Mike, that was strange, Dave.
Yeah, Mike, we didn't understand what was going on. Do you know that?
I'm Valentino, the packing attendant.
And I'm Bison Bentley. Do you know that? Thanks, guys. Help out the show at Mike'sDailyPodcast.com because we do need a lot of help. And there's that Amazon link. You can click on it, shop, connect, and enjoy, apparently. Oh, we got a story about Amazon. Ooh, I wonder if I can find that real quick. I'll find it. There's also the PayPal. And if you'd like to be a pal and help us out that way, you'll become I have a friend that talks like that. Everything he says at the end goes up like that. And I love that. I love that versus... I know it's kind of a form of upspeak. I love it, though. Because it's kind of... This guy makes a lot of money, too. So somehow, everybody else likes it, too, and wants to give him money for it. As he's a salesperson. The thing that... Oh, I found it. The thing I also wanted to tell you is there's the past podcast pictures, and yes, I am in the process of alphabetizing all the past interviews as well at Mike'sDailyPodcast.com. Okay, now the segment called...
Whoa! Mike's Matthewsment Park.
The front panel will close automatically. Please remain seated at all times.
And now we return you to our regularly scheduled program with Mike Matthews.
If you have been enjoying sales tax-free purchases online, get ready for a major change.
I'm really rich.
Amazon will begin collecting sales taxes from all states with a sales tax as of April 1st, and that's no April Fool's Day joke. It's for real. After years of fighting the imposition of sales tax on a state-by-state basis, from court battles to corporate exemptions, Amazon has been pursuing a different tack of late. The online retail giant... I went Russian there. The online retail giant Cat has been adding, not fighting states to its list of jurisdictions subject to sales tax. The list is about to get a little longer. Next month, Amazon will begin collecting sales tax in Hawaii, Idaho, Maine, and New Mexico. Hey, everybody in New Mexico. Hey, friends. Those 4 states are last to be added to the list, rounding out a complete list of 45 states where Amazon will now collect sales tax from the kiosks. That means that as of next month, Amazon will be collecting sales tax nationwide. Yes, there are 50 states. Amazon will not collect sales tax in Alaska, Delaware, Montana, New Hampshire, and Oregon. Those states do not have state sales tax. I would like to move to one of them. Hey, the company that owns Olive Garden, Haley, loves Olive Garden. When I speak to Haley has a bit of Italian ancestry, yet he loves the Olive Garden, which makes no sense to me because I thought Italians hate Olive Garden, but he loves it. So I haven't been in an Olive Garden eons. I did enjoy one time having the bottomless pasta. That was pretty cool. I got quite fat. They rolled me out of the restaurant. And that's not a fat joke. That's a Mike joke. And if you can laugh at that, I'd appreciate it. No? Okay. I'm not going to force you. They did force me out of the restaurant, though. You're eating too much pasta, Mike, you fat slob. Darden is buying the chain from an investor group that includes private equity firms. Cheddar's, founded in 1979, has 165 locations across 28 states. That's Cheddar's Darden is buying. With casual dining sales remaining sluggish, Darden is looking for new sources of expansion, and Cheddar's provides strong annual volume per restaurant. I have never eaten at a Cheddar's. Darden is also posting better than expected results for its third quarter. I guess their same-store sales gained 1.4% at Olive Garden, its flagship chain. And let's see, there was one other thing I wanted to tell you about, that the Trump said Friday that the administration is going to try and slash taxes. We knew that. Oh, Apple released the latest version of its computer operating system. It would be called the 10.12.4 Mac OS. One of the new features included in the update is called Night Shift, which first appeared on iOS mobile devices in 2016. It allows users to adjust the color temperature of their device's display, turning down the amount of blue light and making the screen look warmer. That'll make everyone feel much better in this world. This theoretically puts less strain on your eyes when looking at the screen in low light or at night, while Apple has said it could potentially help you get a better night's sleep. But it's not entirely clear whether that is the case. Either way, Night Shift. Whoa, on the night shift. Yeah, I'll be soon proud. Oh, gonna be a long night. Gonna be all right on the night shift. Commodores, which is also a type of computer which is long gone. Definitely makes screens feel less harsh when viewed in low light, and users can now make the displays on their Mac laptops and desktops warmer at night. Mac owners can also set timers so that night shift comes on at a specific time every day, gradually reducing the amount of blue light over the course of an evening. It will be interesting to see how the app will compare to the popular Flux program, the Flux program, which has been doing the same thing for years and was barred from launching an iOS app months before Apple first released Night Shift for iOS. As we go outside a Café Anyway, we're bringing you Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcaster Valley. I hate Apple. And it's funny I say that because the guy I produce a talk show for, he always, he says, I own shares of Apple. Just to make you know that I'm better than you. And I do not like Apple. Mike Matthews hates Apple, and I'll tell you why. Because every time I tried to do something with it, it was like, no, you don't understand, Mike, sit down. So I sat down, and my iPhone looked at me and said, Mike, you're stupid, you're dumb, you're like the Freedom Caucus, you're an idiot. So don't try and do anything. I'll do everything for you. And I'd be like, but, no, Mike, you're dumb, you're stupid. Sit down on that tree stump over there, because we're outside a Café Anyway. We're bringing Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcaster Valley. Whatever you want to do, I'll do it for you. But I want to do this. Mike, you can't do that. You're dumb. So that's why, and Samsung lets me do all kinds of things that I wanted to do, and there's like, they give you a zillion options to get what you want done. Do you agree with me, guys? Mike, I'm Benita, the rodeo queen. It's nice out here. Michael Master, it's Madame Rootabega. You've been talking, and we're going to have a little party. Yeah, Mike, y'all not invited. I'm not invited? No. Nah. I'll just hang out with Dead Cat Hat again. Listen to some of their music. If you want to, go back and listen to the last show, because their music's on it. All right, next show, though, we are going to have Benita. No, Benita, you're not going to be here. Ah, shucks. We're going to have Chely Shoehart, Floyd the Floorman, and John Deere the Engineer. And that, my friend, will be a party.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com. Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!